Well, hello again from the forge. Just got done doing a YouTube live video. Forged that's about a 10.5 inch bowie blade. This is going to go to a customer. But for today's YouTube video, I'm going to do something a little smaller. I've got a piece of 8670, I believe it is. It's spring steel with a little bit of extra nickel added into it. Unfortunately, not enough nickel to make the bright shiny pattern, the bright shiny stripes in a Damascus pattern, or I'd use it for that. But enough nickel to make it really tough. So we're going to forge this out. It's another customer request. I'm going to make a Seax blade. Now the Seax, or Seax, however you prefer to pronounce it, was a very common blade in the Celtic areas, the 7th, 8th century or so, or thereabouts. Don't remember. Not an expert. I've read a lot about it, but it's not a common thing for me to make. So I don't remember that much. If I put a fact in my head, it pushes out one of the old ones, and yeah. If I learn too much, I'll forget my own name. But anyway, got a piece of this 1/4 inch thick because these blades were always pretty thick in the spine. Gonna forge it out. I want about a, I don't know, 6-inch broken back Seax blade with a forged out for a through tang handle, or at least a hidden tang handle. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's get it hot and smack it a few times. We'll start out like always, working on the point. I'm going to draw the point out on the power hammer just to start with. Just start working it down and break down the heavy stock before we move to the anvil. Now I need to draw that point out long, and I need to keep the thickness uniform. It needs to be a fairly long tapering point. It's going to take a couple heats, but we'll get it. Not only do I need a long tapering point, I need it to be fairly straight and with a fairly crisp angle between the spine and what's going to taper out to be the point. That long tapering point is what makes a broken back Seax a broken back Seax. Generally, they have the long tapering point, a very short spine compared to the length of the point, and a fairly straight edge. Just giving some light blows to even everything up. Check our measurement. Not too bad. We'll go to the power hammer and start drawing out our profile. This broken back Seax design is pretty unique for those of you that aren't familiar with it. So we're going to draw it down for our width and try to keep our thickness fairly uniform as we do so. It's going to have almost sort of a strange diamond shape. You can see that the tip's working out kind of diamond shape. Let's check our width, and we'll have to go to the anvil to true everything up before we can finish out drawing out the tang. And so we'll go over here and even things up. Like I said, it should have a fairly straight edge with that long tapering point. Try to keep everything squared there. Now I know that the face of my anvil is about 5 3/4, so we're going to mark where the back of the blade is going to be, where we'll draw down the heel. Give her a little brush. And we'll put our reverse curve in so we can hammer in the bevels. Yeah, a little more. Need a little more. Clean it off. We'll go to the edge of the anvil and set in the heel. Work in the heel from this side, roll it over and work it in from this side. And now it's just going to be a matter of drawing our edge out. A little at a time. No need to get in a hurry. And in a minute, you'll really be able to see how working those bevels in will push the blade back straight. There we go. You can already see how the spine's coming back to where it should be. Work one side and then the other. Keep everything in the center. Keep your edge centered up. Give another scrub. Try to keep from driving too much scale back into the steel. And work that bevel out. Didn't have quite enough curve there, but that's okay. We can fix that. And that's just about the right profile for this style blade. It looks a little odd on a short blade like this, but if we had that blade stretched out to say 12 inches, 10, 12 inches, or even longer, Seax's came in various lengths on up to what could be considered a sword or a short sword, then that point wouldn't look quite so odd. That profile wouldn't look quite so odd. Straighten it out a little bit. Bring the spine down where it needs to be. And we'll go to the power hammer and set in our tang shoulders. I cut off our excess and now we'll just work in that tang. Tang should taper from all four sides. The thickest part of this blade should be right at the front of the tang. The tang needs to taper from the back of the blade all the way out to what will be the hilt. Let's work that taper in. Now I'm going to use my hack from the power hammer and just chisel in a little fuller. I got it crooked, but a little bit crooked will be fine. Let's give it one more smack. Come on. I need to make a hole down to go on this anvil one day so I won't have that kind of trouble. Anyway, give it another little brush up. Check it for straight, and that'll do. Hello, folks. Well, so I finished that blade up this morning, and let's see how it turned out. All right, so it's going to need a little final cleanup. It's still got wax on it. I used beeswax for a resist, which is a traditional way to do the etching. It's not as clean an etching as I could have done, but for this style knife, I believe it's going to turn out to be just what the customer wants. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Be sure and like the video. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment in the comment section. It really helps out with the algorithms. And catch you on the next one. God bless.